This is Emily with Family Physical Therapy at our Fountain Point location. Family Physical Therapy offers physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Our therapists are highly trained and certified in a variety of techniques, offering individualized care designed specifically to meet your needs. Our patients are welcome to a friendly environment, and our therapists are driven by their patients succeeding and meeting their goals. Family Physical Therapy proudly serving various locations throughout central and northeast Nebraska. Our goal is to get you back to work, back to play, back to life.
Public school teachers in Nebraska make a difference in our communities. I see it every day. Teachers connecting on a personal level with students and parents make our communities stronger. Our kids do better, community pride grows, and Nebraska thrives. Maybe that's why our public schools rank in the top 10 nationally year after year. Nebraska Public Schools. They are truly the heart of our communities.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
A community is described as just a smattering of houses, everybody living together, but what makes it a community are the people that live in the house. Deschler is a community of about 750 people, and those individuals living in those houses have a common goal of improving their surroundings. That's where Midwest Bank comes in. We look out for each other. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. My name is Julie, and I'm extremely proud to be part of the Deschler community.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams. Financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com. At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles.
This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. The NSAA Girls State Basketball Championships on News Channel Nebraska are presented by Currency, Allo, Liberty First Credit Union, Woodhouse Auto, and by Midwest Bank.
Of Class C1 Girls State Tournament basketball continues on News Channel Nebraska. Michael Shifley, Andy Klassen with you. Pat Jansen joining us on this broadcast this afternoon. Oh boy, you catch your breath yet from that last one?
I need a minute, right? No, it doesn't matter if we're ready or not, because get buckled up because we got a good one waiting for us.
Sydney is on, and they did it in dramatic fashion, a last-second three-pointer. On the other end of the bracket, it's Lincoln Christian against Bridgeport. Who gets to face Sydney in that final spot in the semifinals? We'll figure it out right now. It's the 3-seed Grand Island Central Catholic, the 6-seed Broken Bow. Two Central Nebraska teams, right. And Like many teams that get to this point, they like to go fast.
You're exactly right. GICC loves to play with tempo, and they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. You just mentioned Lincoln Christian. They kind of fed them the medicine earlier in the season, but then at mid-season, GICC was able to right the ship and win a nail-biter, a two-pointer, 44-42. That really kind of tripped the trigger in them that allowed them to play with so much confidence that you're seeing right now.
Broken Bow coming into this game after two tough contests. They lost in the semifinals of their sub-district to a rival Southwest Conference foe in Holdridge, and then it went to overtime. They outlasted Battle Creek.
Well, when you've got a shooting squad like Broken Bow has, they can keep themselves in a lot of games or get back in a lot of games. They kind of remind me of Why Not, how there's like 5 players that all have the green light to shoot from anywhere, anytime. So look out for that perimeter shot here from Broken Bow.
We're looking forward to this one, a good coaching matchup as well. It's the Crusaders against the Indians. We'll give you the key players next on NCN.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Kelly Cooksley's Broken Bow Indians. It all starts with McKinley Toby. When you get 18 points a game, you're a pretty good ball player.
You know, she was a really good scorer last year as a junior, but she put the time in during the off season, went from 11 points to 18 points, as you mentioned, and she's starting to see the dividends from the time she put in during the off season. She's also one of 2 senior captains. Those 2 really get things done.
Broken Bow, they run full court pressure. That's their thing. They turn defense into offense. That means the key player is the point guard for GICC, Brindle Moody.
Moody's a multi-sport athlete, hard-nosed player, and she took a lot on from her sophomore to junior year when the team asked her, like, look, the coaching staff said, we need a point guard. Could you fill that void for us? You know, it's kind of fun being a wing, being that slash forward. She took it on, the unselfish style she plays with, and it's paying huge dividends for GICC right now.
It's a fun matchup. It's Grand Island Central Catholic and Broken Bow. For more on it, here's Pat Jansen.
Thanks, guys. Toughness, that's going to be the key of tonight's game between Grand Island Central Catholic and Broken Bow. Talking with Broken Bow head coach Kelly Cooksley, he said this GICC team sort of reminds him of a men's league town team kind of team where they're really not much to look at. Certainly, that's a critique or an evaluation that Michael Shively, Andy Klassen, and I have gotten before, but he meant that as a compliment, saying this is a GICC team that has played together for a long time. They have a lot of chemistry. They really play well together. They celebrate holidays together. Now they have to be, because this is a GICC team that goes 5 deep for the most part, and despite that, they still like to get out and run. Meanwhile, though, GICC head coach Kevin Mayfield said that's not a thing that he thinks is going to intimidate or scare Broken Bow. He says this is a Broken Bow team that is very poised, that's seen a lot of press, and GICC is going to have to be aware of that. He said that Broken Bow is a very well-coached team. Both of these teams are. They're both very tough, and it's going to be fun to watch. Let's take a break. Be back with more on News Channel Nebraska.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people, have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
There it is, the view of the Bob Devaney Sports Center, getting ready for the final of 4 Class C1 state quarterfinal games. We do have some more games coming up this evening after the conclusion of this one. Stick around for the D1 quarterfinals. Before all of that, we have something to settle. Who will be the team that gets to take on Sydney? Here are the options. Your school spotlight brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Broken Bow, hailing from Custer County, Nebraska, on the southern edge of the Sandhills. State champs in 2003. Grand Island Central Catholic, the Crusaders, making state tournament appearance number 11. They finished in 3rd place in 2022, did not make it to state last year. They have never been to a title game, but Coach Kevin Mayfield thinks this is a team that has a great chance to do it.
Yes, they do. Well, they're right here. They're knocking on the door, right? And they got 5 mainstays. They're not a very deep team, so you see those 5 starters play with a lot of discipline defensively. They move their feet. They don't get caught up in picking up ticky-tack fouls, getting themselves into foul trouble. And yes, they might not be a deep team, but they love to run. They love to gun. And you have to be well conditioned to do so if you don't have a deep bench.
There's a look at the bracket. We've already seen Lincoln Christian, Bridgeport, and Sydney advance. Excellent fan support for both of these sides, traveling from the central part of the Cornhusker State here to Lincoln. They'll announce the non-starters and then the starters ahead of this game. Broken Bow on your screen. They are 19-4. Head coach Kelly Cooksley in his 7th year. Last season a good year, 17-6, but fell in their district final. They made it in both 2021 and 2022 to state, but didn't win in either of those. The last win at state for Broken Bow came back in 2003 in the state championship game.
That's a pretty good win to hang your hat on in the title. And it reminds me of a team we just had on the air with Sydney, where they heard all the chatter, just relentless chatter about, oh, they make it to state, but they can't get a win. And then when you do get that win, well, you can't win the big one. Well, Broken Bow, not too long ago, went on a really nice run, won the title, so they do have a tradition. They know how to win. They know how to win big games, and they've been doing it for the past couple seasons.
That is the Broken Bow Indians. Grand Island Central Catholic, they are the 3 seed. They sure earned it this year. Played a really challenging schedule. Those only 2 defeats, one of them coming to Lincoln Christian. And Lincoln Christian, a team that's already into the semifinals. The other defeat came to Hastings St. Cecilia by 10, a team they had beaten earlier in the season.
Yeah, almost a trap game there with Hastings St. Cecilia. But that's what happens in central Nebraska. There's so many good teams, talented teams in this class of C1, and you're starting to see a lot of those teams kind of beat each other up down here in Lincoln.
You'll notice this when we show you the full Grand Island Central Catholic lineup of players, but there's not too many in uniform. GICC struck with injuries. Already a team that didn't play too many players, but they have no option. They only have 9 available 3 of which have never played in a varsity basketball game. So depth a question mark for GICC. Starting lineup for Broken Bow, Gabby Staples, a 5'6" junior. Isabel Tibbs, a 5'10" sophomore. McKinley Toby, she's a 5'9" senior. She is the key player and top scorer for the Indians. Janae Martin, a 5'6" junior. And Hallie McCaslin, a 5'7" senior, also scoring in the mid-teens. Rounds out the starting lineup for Broken Bow.
Yeah, McCaslin's that other senior guard I alluded to with Toby. Really nice 1-2 punch scoring-wise, averaging 18 and 15 points respectively.
Grand Island Central Catholic starting 5. Head coach Kevin Mayfield tabs Avery O'Boyle. She's a 5'6" senior. Anna Tibbetts is a 5'4" junior. Maggie Herbeck, a 5'11" junior. Carolyn Mazer, she'll man the post at 6'1". She's a senior. And Brindle Moody rounds out that starting lineup, a 5'6" junior. 2 seniors, 3 juniors, and it's possible they won't come off the court here this afternoon.
Yeah, Moody does such a good job of finding Mazer. Mazer does a great job of working back and forth from post to post position, going across the painted area, trying to find her spot in the offense, and credit Moody for finding her time and time again.
Handshakes in the middle. And we're ready for the Class C1 quarterfinals. A chance to nab the final spot in the semis. I'm Michael Shively. Andy Klassen is with me. Pat Jansen, our sideline reporter. If you want to join the broadcast, hit us up on social media. NCN Sports on Facebook, at NCN Sports, where you can find us on Twitter, X, whatever you'd like to call it. Chime in, let us know where you're watching from as you take in some state tournament high school basketball.
I was wondering where you're going to go with that, because the top man likes to call it X, but it's still, you know, www.twitter.com.
No one knows. Hope we're in store for a good one here. We were with the previous game. Sydney wins on a buzzer beater. Broken Bow comes out shooting, and it's a miss, but that is something Broken Bow will do all game long. They fire up 3 after 3 after 3. 3 players for Broken Bow have taken more than 100 three-point attempts on the season.
Yeah, shot selection comes second to shot volume for the Indians.
And the rest of their identity is tied up on the defensive side. They mix zone full court presses. The Crusaders navigate it there. In the half court, they run into trouble. Moody able to unload the basketball to Avery O'Boyle.
McCaslin nearly came away with the steal.
Straightaway 3-ball for O'Boyle is short. And the loose basketball winds up with Broken Bow. Indians against the man-to-man defense of GICC. McKinley Toby, beautiful shot fake, gets past Mazer. A scrap for the rebound and a tie-up. The possession arrow gives it to Grand Island Central Catholic.
Tibbs did a heck of a job fighting for that initial offensive rebound, just a little off on their shot.
Now, doesn't she have a tough task today? Isabel Tibbs. She's going to be contending with Carolyn Mazer, who almost averages a double-double. Moody in trouble in the backcourt, able to beat the 10-second call.
Going to see a lot of that from Broken Bow. Heavy on-ball pressure from sideline to sideline, baseline to baseline.
Mazer tosses it inside to Moody and gets it back on the perimeter. Now here's Anna Tibbetts, and the bounce pass is intercepted. Tibbs came away from it. Off the side iron for Toby. That's a foul in the backcourt. O'Boyle trying to push it through 2 Indian defenders. They'll tag McCaslin.
Crusaders were determined to work that ball inside that last occasion, and Broken Bow, they were having none of it, finally coming away with the steal.
2-3 zone in the half court for this Broken Bow team. Mazer gets low post position, finds the shooter straight away, and Anna Tibbetts knows what to do with it.
2 out of 3 times they looked up Tibbetts for that top of the key 3, moving that 2-3 zone off of that spot.
The 40th made 3 of the season for Tibbetts, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by Grand Island Central Catholic.
Set good ones. Set good
Broken Bow, a team that averages nearly 60 points per game. Grand Island Central Catholic likes it lower scoring, about 48. That 3 doesn't drop. An offensive rebound and nobody else home. Isabel Tibbs playing big early.
Excellent job by the sophomore, getting position and going right back up to the rim.
Moody in open court beating the press, and a blocking foul against Broken Bow.
Yeah, it's a really tough spot for any defender to be in, one-on-one with Moody on the break.
Brendel Moody, a player averaging 11.5 points, 4.5 boards per game. That is the leading scorer for the Crusaders. And gets the roll on the free throw. One of her specialties. She's hit 63 free throw shots this season. And gets the friendly roll.
Shooters roll.
3-point lead for the Crusaders. And a step on the sideline, a turnover for Broken Bow. It was McKinley Toby stepping on it right next to the foot of Kevin Mayfield, the head coach for GICC.
I think we've seen that a couple of times now, really, from just about each and every team, you know, figuring out their bearings on this converted volleyball court to a basketball court now in the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
Mazer, the pull-up jumper, strong. Toby charging into the lane, she carried it.
And she had the lay-in, just a little bit of a carry there. Good call by the officials. Today's officials, Harriet Pierce, Jeff Brack, and Michael Walker round out our 3-man crew.
Baseball pass to Herbeck. Herbeck finds O'Boyle, and the left-handed layup goes.
Excellent job breaking the press, that cross-court pass.
Coach Kevin Mayfield said his team is not intimidated by Broken Bow's press. He plays a lot of press teams during the season. Toby misses. And Mazer gets the basketball. No whistle to stop play. We play on. O'Boyle deflected out of bounds. Against that press, he says, in fact, some teams that usually press don't against Grand Island Central Catholic because they're not confident they can stop the Crusaders' press break.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But Grand Island, as you said, you know, they played one heck of a schedule, and it set them up very well here for this matchup, opening matchup down in the state tournament.
O'Boyle thinks about the 3, drives instead and swings it out to Tibbetts. Can't get her second from distance. And there is another rebound for Isabel Tibbs. Toby hits. That was tough. Mazer right in her grill.
Yeah, really nice step into mid-range jumper. That was, as you mentioned, a difficult shot.
There's a whistle. It's a foul. McKinley Toby, her first, second team foul on Broken Bow, just past the midway point of quarter number 1.
You know, I think if you're a Broken Bow fan, you got to feel kind of fortunate here because Grand Island, they're attacking that zone. I like how they're attacking it. They're working the ball inside the kick out. They're looking up good shooters with wide open space to work with. Just been off the mark on a couple occasions.
Bounce pass into Mazer. Quickly works it back outside. Herbeck. Now Mazer does have a significant height advantage. Tibbs is 5'10", but Mazer has 3 inches on her.
She's so unselfish with the basketball. Always looking to get her teammates involved.
They get it into her there, and a foul called against Tibbs, and a big development here midway through the first quarter. That is foul number 2 on Isabel Tibbs, the sophomore who's played big minutes early on.
Yeah, and Moody and Mazer, the 2 that drew the fouls. No surprise there.
Maddie Diedrichs replaces her, giving up about 4 inches. Herbeck for 3. How about that shooter's roll? Second 3 of the ball game for Grand Island Central Catholic. And a reach-in foul against Tibbetts.
Staples doing an excellent job. Great awareness, understanding she had that half step on her defender, forcing the contact, drawing out the whistle.
Herbeck, just a 24% three-point shooter. If she starts knocking them down from range, watch out. The Crusaders will get hot.
As you mentioned, a couple of friendly bounces early on here from the foul line and three-point line for Grand Island GICC.
Ghost it, Charlotte.
McCaslin around that screen or around that handoff. She penetrates and gets contact.
You mentioned the height differential really across the board for the most part for a Broken Bow, but that's not stopping them from attacking the rim.
Coach Cooksley telling us they don't throw the ball in the paint. This goes in for McCaslin. What they do, what they count as post touches, is the dribble drive.
Yes.
That counts as their paint touch. Then they look to kick it out.
And their first option is that spot up 3. And so far, Grand Island, their defense has been up to the task trying to take away that initial look. Then Broken Bow has the counter. And as you mentioned, the dribble drive.
Moody gets it to Mazer across the timeline, and Tibbetts has some space to work.
Indians staying in this 2-3 zone, trying to extend it out a little bit, getting a little more aggressive with it.
Mazer has excellent low post position, steps through and draws the whistle. It's a foul, and it's on Maddie Diedrichs.
Head coach Kelly Cooksley was standing right in front of us. He can't believe it. He thought that Mazer might have utilized 2 pivot foots there. And throw a little salt in the wound. Mazer picks up a foul on her way to the rim.
Nothing but net on the first foul shot for the Division I college volleyball player. Carolyn Mazer has signed to play at Drake University in Des Moines.
Crusaders going to be a bulldog the next level.
Doesn't have to change the colors too much.
No.
6-point lead for GICC here in the opening quarter. 3-ball launched and launched too far out of the right arm of McCaslin, out of bounds. GICC students, jersey theme day.
There we go. You've heard of touchdown Jesus up in Notre Dame. Air Jesus over on the sideline for GICC.
Spinning a basketball on either hand. You love to see the signs, the creativity from the students.
Well, it's in their name, Central Catholic, so go ahead, lean into it a little bit.
That is the 5th team foul on Broken Bow, so free throws here for the remainder of the quarter on fouls for Central Catholic. And Moody has hit 3 at the line in the opening quarter.
Some more signs for you, Mr. Shively.
Big fans of Avery O'Boyle there, and they like Brindle Moody shooting at the stripe as well.
Indians got to find something offensively here.
Spin move. Gabby Staples doesn't quite get it to fall, but Staples does get to the line with her team down 8.
Tell you what, if they can start getting some of these lay-ins to go their way, they've been able to get to the rack and get into those secondary post defenders.
Staples can't hit. She's a 5'6" junior, does a lot of everything for Coach Kelly Cooksley. 8 points, 6 boards per game, 4.5 assists. And that assist to turnover ratio, nearly 2.5 to 1. That's as good as you see.
Yeah.
Class C1 girls hoops.
It's an impressive ratio there for a guard.
Herbeck bounces it into O'Boyle. Tried to awkwardly flip it to Mazer, who winds up with it. Another deflection, and Broken Bow has the ball.
Got to be strong with the basketball.
A transition 3, sinks it. From the corner, Hallie McCaslin takes the lid off the basket from range for Broken Bow.
You said it, transition 3. Broken Bow is in rhythm. It looked very nice if you are an Indian fan.
O'Boyle and straight up defense by Diedrichs. A tie-up, and the possession arrow is Broken Bow's. Momentum with the Indians, down 4.
Boy, you're exactly right. A momentum shift all the way over to the Broken Bow's side. That student section getting really loud and proud in front of us.
How about that rejection, the 5'6" junior Diedrichs. Tough place to pick up the dribble for Staples, able to unload to Martin. You'll only see man from the Crusaders. They haven't played zone this year. The players tell their coach they don't want to play zone, even though they don't sub. You think his zone might save the legs a little bit? No, they refuse. Staples, tough shot. Good job by O'Boyle to tip that rebound to a teammate. .45 seconds. There's no shot clock. Class C1 girls basketball. Herbeck off of her foot. A chance for McCaslin. One-on-one against O'Boyle. Puts it in off of the glass.
Excellent job collecting herself, going up strong with the basketball.
Final 15 seconds of the first quarter for the Crusaders. Trying to extend their lead. O'Boyle with 5 seconds. Racing, losing the basketball, and there's the horn. That's the end of your first quarter, which was brought to you by John Henry's. Our family serving yours. GICC has the 2-point cushion, but Broken Bow has scored the last 6 points here on News Channel Nebraska.
This is Emily with Family Physical Therapy at our Fountain Point location. Family Physical Therapy offers physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Our therapists are highly trained and certified in a variety of techniques, offering individualized care designed specifically to meet your needs. Our patients are welcome to a friendly environment, and our therapists are driven by their patients succeeding and meeting their goals. Family Physical Therapy proudly serving various locations throughout Central and Northeast Nebraska. Our goal is to get you back to work, back to play, back to life.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
Well, the Broken Bow students, they loved the end of that quarter. Watch out, Lou, you might get punched. The Indians, led by head coach Kelly Cooksley, who organizes the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase every year. They've had about 4 of them so far. That's in Kearney every year, and 8 games in a day. They bring some of the best from across the state. From the west to the east, teams that usually wouldn't play each other get to do it there. Think of the Heartland Hoops Classic, but girls basketball edition played at Kearney High. It's awesome, and he told me they already have an out-of-state powerhouse booked for this next year, going to play a top-level Class A Nebraska team, and we can't wait for that coming up in Kearney next winter.
Are you saying we got to get our sports director on point here, give him a little heads up where we need to be?
I think we should introduce Mr. Axement to Mr. Cooksley. GICC turned it over the opening possession of this quarter.
And didn't get a good look at the last few seconds. They're trying to split the defense, that zone, top of the key, but really both defenders got their hands in there and poked the ball away on the drive.
Hesitation, dribble drive, Staples. Can't tie it up with that. Outlet pass ahead to Herbeck, attacks 1-on-2, scoops it short, and 2 players simultaneously grab the rebound. It's Tibbs and Mazer who will be going at it all afternoon.
Yeah, Mazer did a really nice job following the shot of Herbeck.
Inbounds into the corner. Herbeck wildly tosses it up. Didn't quite have the footwork down for that shot. Staples McCaslin, she'll shoot it from a few feet beyond the arc. Instead finds a more open teammate, and Toby can't hit it. The long rebound sticks it around on this side of the basketball court.
Staples able to track down the long rebound, as you mentioned, gives us Broken Bow offense new life. And we're going to have a equipment timeout here. McCaslin's going to tie up her shoe.
Broken Bow loves to shoot the three. 151 three-point shots on the year from McKinley Toby over 23 basketball games. She's shooting them 6 or 7 threes on average per game.
Yeah, look out. You know, I said in the pregame, everyone has the green light. Well, they have the green light in a big way. Once again, it's not so much shot selection, it's shot volume is the name of the game for Broken Bow.
Toby once shot 17 three-pointers in one game. Now, the shooting has been a little cold in recent games, contributing to the loss to Holdridge in the sub-district tournament. They did finally get it going late in that Battle Creek game to secure a spot at the state tournament. O'Boyle can't hit. Here's the break. And McCaslin misses, but does get the foul call. She'll have a chance at the line to tie this game up.
And there you see it, that fast break, that transition, that's where Broken Bow's at their best. It can come off of a miss from the other side, from the other end, because they're so good at finding that outlet and getting that ball into transition.
That foul was called on Maggie Herbeck. She came over late, wasn't there yet when the shot went up, but I think the foul was probably on the player from behind, but they tagged it on Herbeck. Just her first.
That might have saved Boyle from picking up her second, so might have been a good thing.
McCaslin with 8 points early in this ball game, and an 8-0 run for Broken Bow has this all tied up at 13. Off of the shoulder of O'Boyle on the long pass.
Right idea. You're trying to get the ball to the middle of the court. It is just well defended.
Pull-up jumper, Hallie Quinn off the mark. Broken Bow presses even after missed shots. Crusaders on a long scoring drought. And it's thrown into the backcourt. That's a backcourt violation. And the Indians, they're getting the defense rolling here in quarter number 2.
They really are. They're getting so active at the top of that 2-3 zone, extending it out, hands up, hands out. Great footwork as well.
Timeout, GICC.
Public school teachers in Nebraska make a difference in our communities. I see it every day. Teachers connecting on a personal level with students and parents make our communities stronger. Our kids do better, community pride grows, and Nebraska thrives. Maybe that's why our public schools rank in the top 10 nationally year after year. Nebraska Public Schools. They are truly the heart of our communities.
GICC coming out of the timeout. The Crusaders out of sorts. They've been sped up by this up-tempo Broken Bow squad.
That's a good way to put it. They're kind of getting lured into the pace of play that Broken Bow wants to play with.
Open look for Janae Martin out of the timeout is long. 2 defenders testing Moody. Now it's Tibbetts. Gets it across the timeline, proving to be a chore in recent minutes.
You mentioned that even off of a miss, Broken Bow likes to get into that full court pressure. That puts a lot of pressure on the back end of the zone, but hey, they're used to it.
Here's Moody stepping into one. Left it short, and Herbeck touches it out of bounds.
You just feel like Grand Island Central, you know, if they're patient enough on offense, strong enough with the basketball, they're going to find that open three eventually. They just got to be strong with the ball and patient.
Carolyn Mazer has not made a field goal yet, nearly 12 minutes into the game. star post player. Just 1 point for Central Catholic. Tough defense here by GICC. Broken Bow, nothing early in the possession. And now a turnover. Herbeck gets her long arms on it.
Phenomenal defense. You saw 2 quick switches man-to-man, and that only comes from or can happen with a team that has tremendous chemistry, as you're seeing with GICC.
They have not subbed yet, and they likely won't. Bounce pass into Mazer. Draws some attention, finds Tibbetts for 3. Herbeck tries again and hits. Maggie Herbeck from the short corner.
Crashing the boards, getting paid off for her efforts.
And the rebound to Central Catholic. It took 4 minutes and 15 seconds for GICC to score in the second quarter.
But they took the lead back with that score. And I mean, if I'm a Broken Bow fan, I like the shot selection. Oh, Herbeck's heating up. Look out.
8 team high points. Maggie Herbeck.
Another steal. Herbeck's getting into a little bit of a groove here defensively, playing with some anticipation, looking for that kick out pass.
The junior has already hit her season average for points. Step back 3, Moody. Comes up short. Those 2 Herbeck hits are the only made field goals of the quarter for either side. McCaslin to change that, she does. Hallie McCaslin from downtown.
Kind of rattled that one home from the corner. She was looking for that shot from the get-go.
Ready to fire it the second she caught it. So was O'Boyle. Herbeck tips it to O'Boyle. And a foul, a reach-in against Diedrichs, her second.
Gonna have a couple more subs here for Broken Bow. Get some fresh bodies out there.
Baseline inbound coming for Central Catholic. Coming off a win over West Point Beamer, taking down the Cadets by 18 in the district final. They've won 4 straight, has GICC. Herbeck again, spins out. Moody the rebound, and she blows the layup. Here's Herbeck, and Maggie Herbeck is into double figures in the first half.
3 offensive rebounds. You're gonna pay a price for that, especially against a team like the Crusaders.
Penetration, shut down, but shut down with a foul, number 2 on O'Boyle on the Charlie Myers take. We'll have these highlights at halftime. You'll want to see those. Also a nice human interest story. Coach Kelly Cooksley, we'll talk about him at halftime. Halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman will help make your jewelry dreams come true. Tibbetts knocks the handoff loose, and she rolled with the basketball. Coach Cookley wanted the timeout, didn't get it. Gabby Staples did a somersault.
I give Tibbetts a lot of credit for the hustle play there. He's tying up the basketball between a couple offensive players for Broken Bow.
Looking into Mazer. There's the double. Here's Moody for 3. Front iron. Maggie Herbeck again. Mazer. Point blank range. Finally, her first bucket.
Muscles that one home. Excellent drop step.
Toby to the rack, and a blocking foul. 2 shots coming.
So Toby took on a lot of contact there. And as I was trying to work in earlier into the broadcast, if I'm a Broken Bow fan, I love that we're attacking the rim. We're getting to the rim, but it feels like these lay-ins are maybe rushed a little bit. I know they're well defended, but you'd like to see more of these 2-foot shots, you know, go through the cylinder. Has not been the case thus far for the Indians.
Kevin Mayfield chatting with the official. Has to like his team's defense on this player, McKinley Toby. With this free throw missing, she has just 3 points in the first half. Again, averages more than 18 a game. And she has the tough defense here having to go against Carolyn Mazer in the paint, playing the middle back of that 2-3 zone. Open
Nice
look, Moody. And Mazer, she got hit in the neck there. Two officials had the call on the off-ball foul.
Excellent movement of the basketball. That last offensive possession, working it inside out, getting that zone defense to crash in, and you're seeing Broken Bow try to shade a lot of help towards, and rightfully so, Carolyn Mazer just getting a little too aggressive, a little too physical.
Herbeck for three. No. That was the second foul, by the way, on McKinley Toby. And now Toby carries the basketball, bringing it up the court.
That's a tough break. That's a really tough break for Broken Bow. You get the defensive stop that you were looking for, that you felt you needed at that point. Down 5, just to give it right back.
Here's GICC in the final minute of this first half, enjoying a 5-point cushion. They trailed by 5, or trailed it by as much as 8, actually. Their lead has been 8. Both teams going on nice runs.
Boy,
Crusaders the latest.
I'm okay with this if I'm a GIGC fan. Oh my
You're
goodness.
okay with it because guess who? It's Maggie Herbeck having the half of her life.
But the patience they played with on offense there, it allowed them to take a little bit of a rest, and they found an open shooter once again in Herbeck.
The Indians trying to close the half with some momentum. It's McCaslin, the difficult scoop shot in the lane. Mazer the board. 12 seconds for Central Catholic. Moody with 3 seconds, flips it up and gets the contact.
You had a feeling that Moody was going to hold that ball for the last shot. She did so and drew that whistle.
The junior point guard calmly sinks it. 5 points for Moody, all of them at the charity stripe. And there's a substitution, by the way, if you're counting. Jordan Stegman gets in for 1.7 seconds at the end of the half for O'Boyle, who has 2 fouls. Moody gets them both, 6 for 6. Three-quarter court heave is short. GICC finishes the first half with 5 straight points. Maggie Herbeck has 13, and the Crusaders' lead is 10. The 3 seed handling the 6 seed so far. We have halftime highlights and a feature on Broken Bow's head coach coming up at halftime on NCN.
A community is described as just a smattering of houses, everybody living together, but what makes it a community are the people that live in the house. Deschler is a community of about 750 people, and those individuals living in those houses have a common goal of improving their surroundings. That's where Midwest Bank comes in. We look out for each other. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. My name is Julie, and I'm extremely proud to be part of the Deschler community.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams. Financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com.
Broken Bow trailing Grand Island Central Catholic at 10 points at halftime. A challenge for Broken Bow, but challenges nothing new for head coach Kelly Cooksley and the Indians. Cooksley had never missed a practice in his entire life as a player or a coach prior to this season. But when the winter storms hit in this winter, he was inside, he got hit with shingles. Then that led to Ramsey Hunt syndrome, which, if you don't know, or if you're not a fan of Justin Bieber, who also went through Ramsey Hunt syndrome, that causes a paralysis in his face and can look like a stroke. In fact, Coach Cooksley said that's exactly what it looked like during the district championship photo after the Indians won the district championship earlier this season. Now, that can be a 9 to 18-month recovery. It led Justin Bieber to cancel a tour. Cooksley stayed with it this season. He did rely on his assistant coaching staff, which includes a former head coach on that staff. And now he says one thing that could help make him feel a little better, work through that recovery, besides the fact that he's already doing physical therapy, well, winning gold medals. He did that in the fall with the Broken Bow girls golf team. Now looking to do that with the Broken Bow girls basketball team as well. However, it will take a little bit of a comeback. Indians trailing by 10. Michael, Andy, back to you.
Thank you for that report, Pat, and we wish the absolute best for Coach Cooksley. Well respected. He's one of the good guys in this industry, an industry full of them. We mentioned his connection with the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. Everybody knows him, and everybody's pulling for him to have as smooth of a recovery as he can.
Yeah, and it really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Yeah, there's a lot on the line. Everything's on the line, but it really is just a basketball game. And I think it really helps their attitude towards the game to just have fun with it, right? There's bigger things at play here than just a game, even though we are down at the state tournament.
His Indians are not out of it. They can shoot the three. They can force turnovers. And in the second half, we're going to see if they can do that. In the meantime, let's see what went down in that first half. Your halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. Bucket early on went to Anna Tibbetts, that three ball, her lone make of the half. Good early play by Isabel Tibbs. She was a monster on the glass, then got that two to go, but was a non-factor in the second quarter. Avery O'Boyle with the lay-in. The lead grew to 13-5 in the first quarter, GICC. Broken Bow ended the first quarter, started to go their way. They cut it to a 2-point deficit, thanks in part to baskets like that from McKinley Toby. Second quarter action, it was the Maggie Herbeck show. That three went the first of three tray balls by the junior. We had her GICC earlier in the season, Andy, and you got to interview Maggie Herbeck. She was our player of the game.
Just kind of an unassuming hero, right, for the entire season for GICC. One of those role players that plays a big role in the starting five.
And big role here in the biggest of moments, the state tournament. Hallie McCaslin gets the shot to fall. She was the Indians' offense in that first half. Had 11 of their 17 points. Herbeck finishes it off and see if she can keep it rolling in half number two. That's what those GICC fans are hoping for. Right now, they're enjoying the 27-17 advantage. We'll be back with the start of the third quarter when we return on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitor Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
I've had the opportunity to work with so many outstanding students and parents in my 37 years as a public school teacher. The two things I've noticed they all have in common: a love for their community and a pride in their school. I've seen that pride in my science students who become scientists, in parents who show up for every game and every parent-teacher conference, in former students who become community leaders. Nebraska public schools are indeed the heart of our communities.
John Henry's is now offering electrical service. Our service professionals have been helping with plumbing, heating, and cooling in Lincoln and the surrounding areas for more than 25 years. Now, we're proud to offer the same level of professionalism in our new electrical service. From a whole home rewire to adding new outlets or electric car chargers, John Henry's can be your one-stop shop for all your home's needs. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. Our family serving yours since 1996.
The way we use electricity has changed a lot over the years. What hasn't changed is our commitment to make sure it's there the moment you need it. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
One of my passions is always to help entrepreneurs, whether they're starting off right away or they've been in business for a long time. And for me, I believe that our community is the strongest when everyone chips in with their own expertise and passion, that's going to lift the tide and raise all boats. That's intentional. Intentional culture means a lot. I have the personal satisfaction of being there along the way.
(27-17) the score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Beginning third quarter play momentarily. I'm Michael Shifley. Andy Klassen is with me. Pat Jansen, we'll hear from him, who's talking to coaches right now. Here's what the bracket looks like in Class C1. Pretty good games all around.
Yes.
Lincoln Christian held off the four-time defending champions North Bend Central. There will be a new top player or top team this season in Class C1.
Yeah, pretty impressive game, and that Minden-Bridgeport game went back and forth. Bridgeport finally did get a little breathing room. If you didn't know any better, you'd look up at the scoreboard and it was purple versus purple, dog versus dog, and it was a dog fight.
And Sydney gets the win. Carson Lealing, the game-winning three-pointer. Second half of GICC Broken Bow remains to figure out the fourth team in the semifinals. Pat Jansen is standing by after visiting with the coaches.
Thanks, guys. Talked to both coaches at halftime. Coach Kelly Cooksley said there's no magic formula to erase a 10-point deficit. Got to get stops, got to get rebounds, got to get out and run with it. Meanwhile, Kevin Mayfield for GICC said he was really happy with the way his team responded when Broken Bow made their run to tie it at 13-13. Said they could have folded the tents, but they showed toughness. He said if they can keep getting the ball inside to Mazer, he feels like good things are going to happen. Guys, looking forward to the second half.
Well, thanks, Pat. And that's a telling comment, I think, from Coach Mayfield. Get the
really
ball
good.
inside to Mazer. She got frustrated quite a bit there in the first half. Just had 3 points, but it's the things she creates when she gets the basketball and draws the defense in.
She's also a distributor. Talked about her unselfish play, and maybe one of the most important things she did, she got Tibbs into foul trouble, who was having a huge impact in that first quarter. Negated that impact in the second quarter with her on the bench with those 2 fouls.
McKinley Toby attacking right away. Misses. Herbeck and Tibbs, they go at it. Role players no more. Throw that label out the window for those two.
Exactly, and right away, Tibbs getting tied up with an offensive board, getting the jump ball call.
Dead ball. Big chance for that full court press from Broken Bow to try to wreak havoc. GICC gets past it that time.
Still a really good rotation, that 2-1-2 press. Didn't allow for any drive or look at the rim.
They're working the perimeter. Risky skip pass. And we've seen 2 tie-ups in the first 43 seconds.
Herbeck might have been a little fortunate that the tie-up came. Otherwise, that would have been a travel the way she went down to the court. Either way, it would have been Broken Bow ball.
Indeed.
Whoa, say that 3 times fast.
McKinley Toby just 3 points in the first half, averages 18. You have to think they'll need her to have a strong second half to get back into this ball game. And here she attacks Mazer. Mazer wins that battle.
She beat 2 defenders on her way to the rim, but at the rim met Mazer. No go.
Moody around the double team and the trap. Gets all the way to the hoop and with some English puts it in.
Did she go through all 5 defenders? I know she got 4.
And GICC basketball. The second half starts the way the first half ended. Brindle Moody now with 8 points. Let's see that last one again.
Just splitting defenders right at the end there. I don't think Broken Bow was thinking she was going to, attempt to get through the defense and to the rim.
12-point cushion for Grand Island Central Catholic. A game-high lead. Moody again knifes into the paint. This time it's the pull-up, and the runner rattles in. The
Excellent
junior
change.
feeling it.
Yeah. Excellent change of pace with the pull-up. And how about to have that type of selection in your offensive arsenal? Get all the way to the rim or the pull-up, Jay? I got it all.
Broken Bow in trouble. The Indians call timeout. Not even a couple minutes into the second half. Michael Shively, Andy Klassen, Pat Jansen with you. That's the Broken Bow huddle. The Indians trail by 14 on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. A minute and 42 seconds into the second half. Glad you could join us. The 4th of 6 games from the Bob Devaney Sports Center today. We have Class D1 quarterfinal action coming up this evening. There will be about an hour break where we're not on air after this one. We'll be back to our regular news programming, and then it's back to high school basketball, figuring out who gets to play on Friday in the state semifinals. But a fun day of hoops so far. That looked pretty fun for McKinley Toby. Her first 3-ball of the game.
Excellent find. Good motion to that offense, getting those defenders away from the shooter Toby.
Coach Kelly Cooksley getting his team energized during that early third quarter timeout. And out of that break, they get a 3-ball and a turnover.
Okay, only down 11. You know Broken Bow has gone on a couple 11-0 runs throughout the season. They got one more in them.
Open 3-ball, Martin. High off the back rim, the putback, and 5 quick ones from McKinley Toby.
Just right away working the offensive glass and getting the payoff.
O'Boyle wanted to hit Mazer cutting to the hoop there, but she was covered up. Staples commits her first foul. That is the second Broken Bow foul this quarter.
And I can live with that foul if I'm an Indians fan. I mean, I want to amp things up. I want to push the envelope. I got to make up some ground here.
Tibbetts gets it in. That's Mazer with the basketball. The future Drake volleyball player backs down Tibbs. How about the read? Toby saw that extra pass coming and picked it off.
Excellent help coming across in that zone.
McCaslin had no chance there. Swatted by Mazer.
Talking about help defense. Yeah, it's always nice to have Mazer
yeah.
on the back end.
You hear of rim protectors, especially in men's hoops, and here in girls basketball, you definitely have one if you're in white and baby blue. Going to work. The senior misses on the left side.
Good take, though. You like that if you're a Grand Island fan.
You didn't save our monitor, Andy.
Busy getting the basketball there.
Deflection there for GICC. Slows down the Broken Bow break. Herbeck manning up against Toby. Mazer comes in the help, and the Crusaders get the stop.
Boy, the Crusaders do such a nice job posting up for those rebounds, getting position.
The press forces a turnover, and GICC gets it right back. I have each team with 8 turnovers.
Each time Broken Bow tries to go on a run, it just feels like GICC, they have the answer.
Tie up, stops play, just past the midway point here the third quarter. Kevin Mayfield on your screen. Third year as the full season head coach. He took over midway through back in 21 and got that full-time head coach job. Longtime basketball coach. He loves this group of seniors he has. O'Boyle and Mazer. He says they're the best leaders, the best duo of leaders he's ever coached.
Yep. And when you don't have a very deep roster, I mean, that's what you need at the top. That's what you need to see from your seniors. It helps that they have D1 athletic talent as well.
Certainly does. Both of his seniors going on to play college sports. Mazer volleyball. Avery O'Boyle will be a catcher playing softball at Concordia University.
Yeah, I love seeing that in central Nebraska. Their softball and baseball presence means so much to that part of the state.
Moody steps into a 3, nothing but net.
You cannot leave 2-4 alone at the top of the key.
Foul called on Central Catholic.
Mazer body language appears to say she doesn't agree with the call. Thought she got all ball.
Just the second on Mazer. Here's Toby at the line.
Credit Toby for attacking, though, and forcing the issue, getting herself to the foul line.
Much more aggressive here in half number 2. Already doubled her point total from the first half. Has 7 now this quarter.
Yeah, still plenty of time pulling it back within 10 here where we were during the halftime break, but you got to get some stops.
That counts. A steal for Staples. Toby wants 3. hits the front iron.
Oh, and that was in rhythm.
It can happen in a hurry if Broken Bow starts to get hot from long range.
It does kind of feel like Crusaders dodged a bullet on that occasion.
Trap coming. O'Boyle steps across the half-court line. Turnovers on consecutive possessions for Central Catholic.
Yeah, unable to get the ball really across the half-court line without trouble. Indians taking it away once again.
Around the screen and attacking. It doesn't go for Staples. Oh, and the bench was already exploding, and then it popped out.
And it has felt like at times head coach Kelly Cooksley there. There's just been a lid on the rim for Broken Bow.
Staples can't fire in the free throw, a place where she excels, 78% for the junior. Trying to get it back to single digits.
Toby's going to get a breather. Could be interesting to see how much time, maybe throughout the rest of this third.
What did Gabby Staples do to that rim? Pops out again on her. And a 10-second violation.
Wow. Wow. 3 consecutive takeaways through that full court pressure. Broken Bow has it going on with that full court press.
Timeout, Central Catholic. Tail end of quarter number 3.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
False alarm, Andy. No timeout taken.
So good job by Michael Walker and his crew talking it over. And you can't call a timeout on that spot, but you did get the dead ball.
2 minutes, 38 seconds left in the third quarter on your Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Here's McCaslin getting a high ball screen, and it's an offensive foul. Illegal screen on Broken Bow. That foul tagged on Tibbs, her third.
The dreaded moving screen call. And Toby's going to check back in the game as you get a look at the GICC student section. Looks like they have a Jersey night theme going on.
And we have Michael Jordan jersey. We have a number 3 Nebraska jersey. Matt Davison, maybe. Taylor Martinez. Who knows?
I was going to say, who's your Husker number 3?
Central Catholic slowing it down this possession, working some clock, enjoying that lead, and O'Boyle able to penetrate and draw contact.
They're going to get Myers here. No, they're not. 14
on Quinn. Okay. Quinn. Number 2 on Quinn. That's the third team foul on Broken Bow this quarter. Tibbetts trying to get it in, finds O'Boyle. And O'Boyle finds an open shooter. Moody gets 3 more. Brindle Moody exploding in the second half. She has 10 points this quarter.
Just has a knack for finding that open space, seeing where the zone is kind of rotating to, and then filling that void. And credit, you know, the rest of the guards finding her.
Mazer gets her hand in there, punches the ball loose away from Janae Martin. And the Crusaders beat the press. And there's the correction from the coach is saying, get up there against Moody. They don't. She gets the shot up, and it's just long. Tracks it down.
Yeah, you've seen Mazer collect a lot of attention. Almost a box and one style look here, kind of a hybrid zone. There's always 2 bodies around her. Might want to shift that defense and more towards Moody, the way she's heating up beyond the perimeter.
Finds an open Tibbetts for 3. Rebound Broken Bow. Good job snagging that pass by Toby. And she fires up the triple. It's off the mark. Tough shot there. Not a catch and shoot situation, not off the dribble. Just gathered and launched.
Well, we talked about Moody in the pregame, how she does everything. Lets one go off her foot there. That was her 6th rebound. She leads all rebounders here, being the point guard, running the offense, you know, taking on a tough defensive assignment like she always does. You know, by the way, she's out hustling everybody, working the glass, leading all rebounders as well.
An ultra competitor. Avery O'Boyle will get a breather here. She has 3 fouls. Jordan Stegman enters. Stegman playing in just her 14th game this season. Getting minutes at the end of quarters, buying some time. Backdoor cut, Hallie Quinn at the hoop.
Good on Broken Bow, right? When the cat's away, the mice will play. As soon as Mazer left the game, they go down low.
Now Herbeck attacks. Misses in transition. And a foul called against Carolyn Mazer, and she has 3.
And Mazer just got caught defensively away for the rim. Good on Broken Bow, diagnosing that, realizing that, and getting it inside.
It's an 11-point lead for Central Catholic. Broken Bow, 2.8 seconds to try to cut into it before the 4th quarter. And they're not on the same page. They don't get the shot up. And that takes us to the 4th quarter. The 3 seed, Grand Island Central Catholic, in control. They're up 11 over number 6, Broken Bow, on NCN.
Atlo's fiber internet has definitely increased the productivity of our office. It's one of those things with internet and being a marketing company, we have to have it on and running all the time. And it's always up. We don't run into lags, we don't run into latency issues. It doesn't vary throughout the day, it doesn't vary on weekends or busy time periods. We have local service here. We need to go talk to somebody. They're just a quarter of a mile away for us to be able to chat with somebody. And that is a huge peace of mind for me as a business owner. So I would not hesitate at all to recommend Allo to anybody.
Brindle Moody, a big part of this Grand Island Central Catholic second half surge. She has all of the Crusaders' second half points. Got 10 there in quarter number 3. And she is an ultra competitor, according to Coach Kevin Mayfield. She played football with the boys in junior high. And this is a message from Coach Mayfield to his team. You better be ready to catch your pass from Brindle, because if you don't catch it, it might be a broken nose.
She puts a little mustard on it, huh?
She's a center fielder in softball, also plays soccer, so loves sports, loves to compete, but basketball is her favorite. She hopes she can do it at the college level.
Yeah, that was pretty tough on Broken Bow that 3rd period when she started to heat up from, beyond the arc.
And she scored all of her team's points.
Yeah, so she was hot from everywhere.
Herbeck picks up her 2nd foul, and Toby gets a spot at the line. McKinley Toby, she also hopes to play college basketball. Has some visits lined up with some area Great Plains Athletic Conference schools. That's in the NAIA level. Timeout. Broken Bow will step aside with them. An 11-point game in the 4th.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
Salas weaving in, weaving out, and skying for...
Hey sports fans, looking for a convenient pit stop before or after the game? Look no further than Good To Go convenience stores. We're here to keep you going. Fuel up your tank with a refreshing drink and grab one more snack for the road. Good To Go, your winning play for game day.
And hey, I can dunk it too.
Good To Go convenience stores. Fuel up for the game locations in Lincoln, York, Geneva, Bruning, and Hebron.
Ruthless full court pressure from Broken Bow. They need it in order to get back into this game. O'Boyle breaks free into open court and kicks it back to set up the offense.
Good on Toby, knowing where that three-point line was at.
Laser pass over to Moody. Tibbetts attacks and takes an extra step in the process. That is turnover number 13 for Grand Island Central Catholic.
You know, right idea. Once again, he's got a good look at head coach Kevin Mayfield. Work the ball around, try and find that crease in that zone.
That went off the foot of Broken Bow, but it doesn't matter. Even if it didn't go off the foot, it rolls out of bounds.
But what Coach Cooksley was trying to say is just grab the ball, because now they're going to get it inbounds, it clear down on the other side.
No chance to set up the full court press.
Right.
Great point. Mazer looking for a teammate. It's Herbeck, and she's launching, and she's hitting. Maggie Herbeck now with 4 3-pointers in this game, equaling her career high.
The constant throughout this one has been Herbeck from beyond the arc.
Toby loses the basketball and her footing. Hallie make that Gabby Staples. Gabby Staples sticks her hands in.
Quick hands.
Yeah. And then a foul. Anna Tibbetts, her second. Nobody with more than 3 fouls. Mazer has 3, O'Boyle has 3, and Tibbs for Broken Bow. McCaslin trying to drive, leaves her feet. Now Toby has the shot altered, and Grand Island Central Catholic escapes with it.
Excellent team defense. Once again, GICC moving with the ball.
O'Boyle sneaks behind the defense, finds the cutting Mazer. On the second try, she gets the shot to drop, plus the foul.
Not giving up on the play. Carolyn Mazer cleans up our own mess. Gets awarded a trip to the foul line as well.
3 on Diedrichs. GICC is a team, a 64% free throw shooting bunch. And they could be making some more trips to the line if their lead remains in the region it is now. Staples, confident, took that rebound and took it all the way.
Coast to coast. Going to say the foul was before the shot. On the floor. Tibbs going to check back in. Isabel Tibbs, a sophomore, going to give him that post presence back.
Beautiful post up, finding herself open. Toby gets a good pass and puts it in.
Just slid in there and got herself positioned, and good on the perimeter guards for finding her.
Now a Broken Bow steal. Don't count them out yet. Miss on the layup. Staples gets the rebound, way too high, and Mazer clears the glass. The winner of this game goes on to the Class C1 state semifinals to play Sydney. And right now, Central Catholic likes their chances. There's 5:14 remaining on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard, and they lead 42-29.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
it wasn't, but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or was it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
Broken Bow trailing in this game 42-29. Starting to run out of time. The Indians going to keep their pressure up here in the fourth quarter, which is brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at Lincoln.org.
Yeah, it's just come down to a couple of huge offensive possessions for Grand Island Central Catholic. And more times than not, it's been the 3-ball from Moody and or Herbeck. It's just been backbreaker after backbreaker, or Broken Bow would go on a run only to be answered by a couple of 3-balls by the 2 guards from Grand Island Central Catholic.
Referees visiting right now. I believe they're working to figure out the possession arrow, where it will be.
You know, I like that timeout there from Kevin Mayfield, head coach of CC. It just kind of felt like Grand Island in the flow of the game is going to hoist a shot up or maybe not take their time offensively. Calls that timeout and says, hey, look, we want to drain as much clock as possible. It's on them to try and churn us over. They got to make up 12 points here. We're in control.
Each team with 3 timeouts left. About 5 minutes to go. Broken Bow trying to trap out of that 1-3-1. They get it inside to Herbeck. Herbeck is short. O'Boyle finds Mazer. Shot partially blocked, and it's out of bounds to Broken Bow. Terrific job getting over and altering that putback. Charlie Myers with the defense.
Yeah, giving up size in there once again, but tough defense underneath the rim. Nothing comes easy against Broken Bow.
And can the Indians find offense? They average 60 a game. Toby goes to the line. They're not even halfway there yet, and there's less than 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, a little off their average, and I mean, you can talk about how Grand Island Central, how they like to play man-to-man, in-your-face, on-ball pressure, but until you see it and the effectiveness that they play with, can't really appreciate it.
McKinley Toby up to 14 points, 11 of them this half.
You know, there was a possession early in this game, first quarter, where Broken Bow was just moving the ball back and forth across the top of the key, and we saw 2 or 3 switches man-to-man. That's a very difficult task to do, and Grand Island did it seamlessly like 3 times in the matter of 4 seconds. Just unbelievable, the chemistry that this team plays with.
O'Boyle in trouble against the trap. Bounced the basketball out of bounds.
That's one thing that the Indians have been able to do, is create turnovers through their full court and half court pressures.
Broken Bow trying to cut it to a single-digit deficit. It hasn't been that close since it was 31-22, and it won't happen that possession. Tibbetts heaves up the shot, and she got the foul call. Number 4 on Maddie Diedrichs.
So Mazer right away just finds a guard, O'Boyle, and O'Boyle didn't even bring the ball down to the court with her head up, eyes up, gets it up to Tibbetts, who takes care of the rest.
Tibbetts, her mom, and assistant coach. Maria leads the Central Force basketball team in the summer. It's been a big part of the rise of this program in recent years, according to head coach Kevin Mayfield. Travel team has GICC girls and others from the area.
Coming more and more of a factor, the AAU circuit across Nebraska for basketball.
Indians, they can shoot the 3. They need some of those. Likely to get back to it. That entry pass was off target, and the Indians fortunate to keep the basketball.
Yeah, Boyle sniff that out real quick.
Oh, it's going over to the Crusaders. That's turnovers on back-to-back possessions for Broken Bow, not the recipe for a 13-point comeback.
Those youngsters are saying, are you kidding me? I thought the arrow was going the other way.
They've been keeping track of it, no doubt. How about that? Hallie McCaslin pokes it loose. McCaslin, the running scoop shot. Off the mark. She hasn't scored this half after getting 11 in the first half.
Boy, that was a tough shot selection, too.
Moody considered it. Says, let's work some clock instead.
Say that's a good decision. It's an okay decision, but the way she's been shooting the ball, well, hey, why not?
Now there's your shooter, Maggie Herbeck. 4 threes, equaling her career high. She did it against Lexington earlier this year. Travel called against O'Boyle. To help frame the circumstances around Herbeck's 16-point outburst, she is a 24% three-point shooter. Has 4 of them today.
Shooting the ball with a lot of confidence this afternoon. Always helps when you get that first one to go.
That's what it takes in the state tournament. You need your stars to show up, and then you need a role player to step up as well. And we've seen Brindle Moody go off, our key player, and Herbeck joined her. Who's it going to be for Broken Bow to make a comeback? And there's a foul. It's on Toby.
Yeah, Mazur's had a solid performance as well. I believe you called her a rim protector. She's done exactly that because Broken Bow has been relentless trying to get to the rim, get to the rack. And I'll tell you what, Mazur's just kind of shut a lot of that down.
Tibbetts finds Mazur. Back to Tibbetts. No reason to launch for Central Catholic.
Tibbetts had a nice look there too, but decided to back it out, bleed some time.
Man-to-man defense now from Broken Bow for the first time this game. This is a zone team, but they have to force the issue. Moody flips the shot up. What a heady play to make that a shooting foul.
Yeah, nearly lost the ball. Fighting through a screen or trying to get around a screen. Had the wherewithal to not only corral it on her way to the rim, but then hoist it up, turn that into a shooting foul.
And misses her first at the line after going 6 for 6. I thought about saying 6 for 6, Andy, and I didn't, so it's not on me.
Okay.
She does have 17 points to lead all scorers.
You were saying how she played middle school football with the boys. Well, she has been a quarterback out on the court here this afternoon. No doubt about that.
Way long for McCaslin, and Broken Bow's hopes are drying up here at the Devaney Center. If they foul, it is free throws. They have 4 team fouls this quarter.
Both teams with 4 fouls, so next whistle we hear, we're going to see a trip to the line.
And there it is. Shove by Staples sends Herbeck to the stripe. Grand Island Central Catholic, impressive. They bring 1 player off the bench today, Jordan Stegman. That's how they've played all season.
Yeah.
Is they'll bring it 1 off the bench when there's foul trouble or to buy a few seconds here and there. Think of the condition these 5 starters are in to play 32 minutes every game. The mental toughness it takes to be focused for that length of time, avoid foul trouble, and then to stay healthy throughout the year.
Yeah, you got to have a little bit of luck, right, and stay healthy, avoid injury. But we talked about how all these girls are multi-sport athlete, and Mazur's going on to play D1 volleyball. O'Boyle's going on to the next level to be a catcher in softball. Moody, she kind of has her choice, doesn't she? Like, what does she want to do at the next level?
There's Mazur with another board. Part of it is not a necessity now for Central Catholic. They have injuries. 5 of their top 11 players are out and unavailable for the state tournament, so they can only play 6. They have 3 freshmen they could turn to in an emergency who have never played varsity minutes, but it's Stegman off the bench, and that is it. They're up 14 here. It looks like they're moving to the semifinals. That will be a big storyline moving to Friday and possibly Saturday. Can GICC avoid fatigue and foul trouble with no options on the bench.
They've done it all season, so I have no reason to believe that they can't do it down here. And I think we kind of sleep on the type of season that they put together. 23-2 on their way to 24.
And here is Stegman coming in for Mazer, who has a big grin.
That's good to see because she gets so intense out there. Almost a scowl on her face. There you saw a nice bright smile.
Tibbetts has 7. O'Boyle, the second leading scorer on this Central Catholic team, just 2 points. She's the low person out there. Shows the balance this group can have. For Broken Bow, another phenomenal year. This program has been built into one of the powerhouses of Class C1. They've now been to state 3 out of the last 4 seasons, but again, will go home with a quarterfinals exit.
No, impressive run. You know, it's sad to see the season come to the end for all these teams. But at the end of the day, there's only one team that, you know, it's going to end with their season with a win.
Alex Herbeck, a junior for the Crusaders. Elizabeth Mueller, a freshman. These are some players getting in for the first time.
A loud round of applause there for McKinley Toby.
And McKinley Toby is subbing out for Broken Bow for the final time. Averaging 18 a game, a player who had varsity minutes 4 years. Saw her game grow from 11 points a game to 18 this year. It's caught the eye of some colleges that want her basketball services.
Impressive growth from junior to senior seasons.
Hallie McCaslin also sees her career come to a close. For Broken Bow, second leading scorer. Another player that wore it all for the Indians.
Yeah, really nice 1-2 punch throughout the season between those two seniors. McCaslin also ripped down 65, rebounds on the season. So she wasn't just a finesse player, an offensive player. She was willing to do some of the dirty work for Broken Bow throughout the season as well.
Brindle Moody, 18 points, 12 here in half number 2. Scored all of her team's third quarter points, and that's a big reason why Grand Island Central Catholic will be playing in the state semifinals. Lincoln Christian and Bridgeport did it this morning. Sydney won on a last-second three-pointer over Adams Central, and now Grand Island Central Catholic controlling the game against Broken Bow will be advancing. Three-pointer missed out of the hands of Jaden Gaffney. Substitution timeout. All of those 11 for GICC that suited up will get in. And some players that did not see the floor the whole season get to play in the state tournament.
I was going to say, that's a pretty good deal, isn't it? We didn't get to see the court all season long, and then we get to state tournament. Hey, let's see the court a little bit.
GICC fans look happy and hope they booked an extra night at their hotel. Grand Island Central Catholic heading to the state semifinals. They'll face Sydney for a spot in the state championship game, a place the Crusaders have never been. A convincing victory over Broken Bow, 49-33 the final score. The Crusaders improved to 24-2. The Indians' season ends at 19-5. Stay with us on NCN. Up next, we visit with the winning head coach and player of the game here on News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice. Sales and service with a smile.
My name is Jared. I've experienced a great deal of sin in my life. Alcohol, drugs, tobacco, sexual immorality, and much more. I was letting the devil control my life with the fantasy that these things would make me happy. All it did was make me feel empty inside. I was going nowhere and felt deceived. My heart was torn to a million pieces. At that point, I reached out to God. My life was changed. Yours can be too.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Grand Island Central Catholic victorious in the opening round of the Class C1 Girls State Basketball Tournament. We're now joined by victorious head coach Kevin Mayfield. Coach, we talked at halftime about how your team weathered that run from Broken Bow in the first half. What was the key in doing so?
Well, we just stayed positive. Our defense is probably the main thing. We play really good defense. Offensively, we've got great girls that can shoot and score, and we were off a little bit tonight. We did hit some big shots. First half, Maggie Herbeck, had a great one that was a big one on that 10-0 run there, but just really proud of our girls for never giving up and keeping fighting.
Now, in that second half, another big run, this one a little earlier in the half for you. What keyed that second half run for you as well?
We attacked the basket a little bit more. We were still a little stagnant with our offense and not moving real well, but did a good job of rebounding. And, the whole second half, there just wasn't a real good flow to it. We did make that little run like you're talking about there. It was a strange game, but, a lot of credit to Broken Bow. They're an absolutely great team. And, all 8 teams down here at State, along with 3 or 4 others that didn't make it, all deserve to be playing here. And we're just happy to get a win and be in the Final Four.
We'll talk to her in just a second, but our player of the game, Brindle Moody, a tough player. You talked about her heading into the state tournament. What'd she provide for you tonight?
Just, toughness. Like you said, she played football in junior high. She never backs down from a fight with that. And, she does a good job of facilitating. We tried to play her in the post a little bit more today. It didn't work out, so we went back to what we do best. And, just a great team effort by everybody.
What's it going to take to get another one against Sydney?
Oh, heavens, I don't know. They are so athletic. They all got about 40-inch vertical leaps, I think, and they look athletic, and they're quick, and they're going to press. And, I guess we'll worry about that tonight. We're just happy we get a chance to play them.
Well, congratulations, Coach, and best of luck in the semifinals.
Thank you very much, and thanks for all your coverage, not just for us in here, but all year long with everybody.
Thanks, Coach. Let's bring in our player of the game, Brindle Moody. Brindle, leading the way scoring. You got the rebounds tonight, too, and then also a career high in 3-pointers. What was going for you today?
Honestly, it's just the team effort. I can't take any credit for myself because, all year it's been somebody stepping up. It's not ever the same person. So it's just a team effort every time.
How about that defensive effort against Broken Bow? What did it take? What was sort of the game plan coming in against them?
Broken Bow is a great team, so we knew we just had to play as hard as we could on defense. We knew they were going to make shots. You can't keep anybody to 0. They're too good offensively for that. So you just have to work your butt off and try. And every defense possession, just try to just limit the chances to get a clean look.
Now you've got Sydney, which got a buzzer-beating win today. How do you approach that win, or that game rather, as you head into the semifinals?
Just with the same intensity. I mean, everybody is a great team here, so you just have to play hard. I mean, every game is going to have its own challenges, so just keep playing hard, play together. That's our main key, is just to keep playing together as a team.
Well, Brindle, congratulations and best of luck in the semifinals.
Thank you.
More basketball. This is News Channel Nebraska.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
This is Amy from Magnolia's Home Decor and Design in downtown Norfolk.
And I'm Kate. Let's welcome in spring.
If you're ready for vibrant colors, silk florals that are remarkably real, and a new look for inspiring your space, come visit us at Magnolia's.
From spring to everyday designs for your home, we've been busy creating looks that will make your home warm and inviting for your friends and family.
Watch us live on Facebook 6 days a week. Stop in and see us in downtown Norfolk, or visit us online at shopmagnoliasonline.com.
Well, that closes out our C1 coverage there, and it closes it out with a Grand Island Central Catholic victory. Michael Shively, Andy Klassen finishing things. Let's see how it happened. Your top plays brought to you by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com today. Trying for the final spot in the Class C1 state semifinals, number 3, GICC, number 6, Broken Bow, two Central Nebraska foes ready to clash on the hardwood of the Bob Devaney Sports Center. We'll begin with some good play by Broken Bow. It's Isabel Tibbs. She was a monster on the glass early, a factor, got that 2 points. But GICC able to race ahead to the lead. They get that basket and then get some more from Maggie Herbeck. How about that roll on the 3? That was the first of 4 for Herbeck, tying her career high in made threes. But the transition game, that's where Broken Bow lives, and Hallie McCaslin, 2 of her 11 first half points. They tie the game at 13, do the Indians. Rebound for Herbeck, and she puts it back through. Maggie Herbeck finished with 16, the second best mark for the Crusaders. 3-point shot, another thing the Indians rely on, and again it's McCaslin providing the offense. How about some more Herbeck in the first half? Of those 16 points, 13 of them came in the first 16 minutes. Trying to solve that 2-3 zone defense. Here's how you do it. You pull up and hit 3-pointers. Brindle Moody does the honors there. The junior point guard wants some more and gets some more. She scored all 10 of GICC's third quarter points. That builds the double-digit lead, and now trying to finish them off. Guess who? Maggie Herbeck, this time from the left wing, and Central Catholic gets by Broken Bow by a final score of 49-33. The Indian season ends at 19-5. The Crusaders advance to face Sydney. They are 24-2. Andy, a couple of exciting games there, particularly that first one of our session. Sydney gets the 3-pointer to end the game, to defeat Adams Central, move on to the semifinals, and it will be a fun game against Central Catholic.
It really is, and I think it's going to come down to GICC and their versatility. You saw it here right in front of you with Broken Bow, where they went on that run. They were getting things done. GICC had to change up what they were doing offensively, leaned on the outside shot just a little bit because that zone defense was packing it in so tight, taking away that post presence for Grand Island Central Catholic. No worries. We have Herbeck. We got Moody on the outside, and boy, did the shooters show up for the Crusaders and knock down some huge shots as you just saw throughout that highlight package.
The Class C1 semifinal games start tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We're going to pick up shop at the Devaney Center after the final games tonight. Move over there to PBA, and we'll have that broadcast for you. Lincoln Christian, Bridgeport tomorrow at 9 at 10:45. GICC against Broken Bow. This is your home for state tournament coverage through the semifinals, and find us again tomorrow for those games. And stay with us. We have news coverage coming up, and then it's the Class D1 games. And get excited because we get to see the defending state champions Centura take on 2-seed Guardian Angels Central Catholic. Then it's Southern Valley against Elgin Public Pope John. That's what's coming up next. But until then, thanks so much to everybody who made our broadcast possible. The NSAA hosting us here at the Devaney Center. The coaches getting us ready. The players taking time in the postgame. Thanks to all of our crew for making it happen. On behalf of Andy Klassen, our director Connor Luby, I'm Michael Shifley. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you in just over an hour for some more hoops from the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
Welcome to the 1890 Initiative headquarters at 11th and Q in downtown Lincoln. Brandon Axmit with you on News Channel Nebraska as we are joined by Husker standout Merritt Beeson of the volleyball team, talking all things NIL. And Merritt, first off, NIL is new, and I think a lot of people maybe think that these athletes and student athletes are just handed over a big sum of money and they're on their way. But that's not how it works. And the 1890 Initiative specifically has something called fulfillment, where athletes go out into the community and they earn this money. Can you talk more about how that works and what that looks like?
Yeah, it's almost like a job in a way. Like we do things to get paid. Obviously, that's what NIL is. You have to be doing something. You just can't sit here and hand me, here's X amount of money. I have to do something to earn it. And so for us, fulfillment can look very different. Like I described, maybe it's, we're going to go play with a few kids. You know, we're going to talk to these people. We're going to show up to this event and we're going to promote this event, whatever it may be. Maybe we're hosting a volleyball camp like we will be soon. You know, there's so many different things that we're able to do, and most of these opportunities do allow us to give back. So it isn't just they're just handing us a big lump of money. You know, we're obviously doing things to earn that and to kind of give back to the community in a way while earning that as well.
Now, you mentioned those community opportunities that you have, and some people may be not quite sure how that works. So you have the 1890 Initiative, and that's really the vehicle that connects those dots for athletes.
So 1890 kind of connects us back with the community. They're finding opportunities to plug us back into the community and allowing us to give back to the community. So maybe a business comes to 1890 and is like, hey, I want the volleyball team to come here, and they can kind of reach out to us and be the navigator between businesses and us. And then there's also a ton of opportunities for us to, hey, maybe it's just there's a group of kids that we're going to go play volleyball with, or there's a group of people at an elderly home that we're going to hop on a Zoom and we're going to talk about our volleyball experience. We're going to walk them through a day in our life. We're going to talk about what it's like to be a volleyball player at Nebraska. They just kind of help us connect back with the community. They allow us to give back and provide us with those opportunities.
Well, Merritt, thank you again so much for spending some time with us here on News Channel Nebraska as we are continuing to learn about NIL and educating our viewers across the state of this new landscape. I'm Brandon Axmit. We'll see you next time.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.